because
okay, we all off on a tangent.
Because that goes following God laws go back to like what Earl Nightingale said. The laws aren't. It doesn't matter who follows them; they're there. You can either follow the laws or not.
Yeah,
and there's a cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a weird thing.
It's
Anyway,
up to you. Okay, let's continue because we got 2 more questions.
Yes. So the 7 we read Second Kings 15 and Second Chronicles 26. Once again, guys, these are your. Once again, okay. Once again, guys, these are every king follows what kings do from the previous ones. Some kings are evil. They're more evil than their previous fathers.
Or the previous rulers.
But most likely it's their fathers.
Well, we see in here that they was killing people to get.
But it's always a descendant.
Yeah, sure.
And some are good, some are evil, just like today.
Mm-hmm.
Some people are in high positions are good. Some people in high positions are evil. It's just a running thing. It's just in life, right? But we're seeing a trend and a pattern of doesn't matter if you're so it does matter. My apologies. The evil kings most likely get assassinated by another evil king. But
that's interesting.
Yeah. But the kings that do good,
they kind of stay in power.
They stay in power, but they always end up not staying in power because they'll serve the Lord, but they'll leave.
They'll leave the idols up, right? So it's just like there's these places of worship that are not God approved. That's like, okay, you're worshiping, golden cows or whatever, right? And they'll leave those up.
Yeah.
But I could see. So this was the point for me in that even if you're good and you're doing good and your intention is good, sometimes we have this tendency to do what was done before us because that's the precedent. And it's like, oh, okay, well, this is how it's working before, so I'm not going to touch that. But it's like you really, sometimes you have to go against the grain to carry out God's instructions to you. And even though it could cause some disruption, it's like, I'm learning that out of this. Like, just because it was that way before you, if you come along and you see that it's wrong and it's on your watch, then you have to, figure out what to do. What sits right with you and what doesn't.
Yeah.
In power, you know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's that's a thing, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Got it. So that's a thing. And yeah, some kings are good, some kings are bad. But there's a lot of assassinations going on.
It is.
The question is, how did the most common temptations, greed and power, affect these kings? I can answer that really simple. Because they're in a position of power, and this is probably a great question because it's coming from power, whether you're a boss at a job, whether you're a president, whether you're a king, whether you're a dictator, whether you're a parent, anytime that you have power over something or someone or a lot of people, you're going to exert what you think is right. And especially when you're in a position of being a king, that ego and pride take over what is right. And you'll look up and be like, number one, you saw it done before you and it worked out. So you're like, oh, I'll be even more evil because it's worked out favorable for the people before me.
Or so you think.
So you think. And I just think that to be honest with you, I think that greed and power are so easy to they're so easy to succumb to because it's like an instant gratification. And greed and power feeds the pride and ego of an individual.
And but it's never enough.
Never enough. And that's why pride is always the downfall.
Let me,
Because you're like, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more, I want more power, I want more greed, I want more money. I can have anything I want. I can take anything I want.
I can do
I
anything
can
I want.
do anything I
And
want.
so that's what I was going to bring up. I think it's called Uzziah.
Hmm.
They mentioned in Second Kings that he was a leper, but then we find out in the Second Chronicles
Yeah.
26 how that happened. Basically, he went to go burn incense where only the priests should be burning incense in the temple. And this guy got so arrogant, like, oh, look at all the things that I've done. It's like, when you are asking God for help or you asking God for blessings and he blesses you, and then you turn around and be like, look at all these blessings.
Mm-hmm.
I am the man. You know what I mean? Or like, look what I can do, right? It's like, it's kind of a slap in the face because it's like, well, you didn't do that by yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So, you're just kind of like jolly all along with all your accomplishments and everything.